Hello everyone, this is Daughter Darkness, and this is the third part of the mini-series that involves me talking about what I think about each of the constituent parts of Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue, and this is the final part, and I'll be talking about the story of Kingdom Hearts 0.2. So let's just get straight into it. The story, it's fairly straightforward. It's Aqua walking around the realm of darkness, and then some bad stuff happens, and then she stays there. That's pretty much a summary. A random comparison, but when I was playing it, it reminded me of the Doctor Who episode Heaven Sent, which it's definitely not a bad thing, because that was one of the best episodes the show's ever had, in terms of like how she's just sort of walking around this custom-made like psychological torture area, and she's sort of fighting against her own memories and the darkness and all that. But she's completely isolated on her own for a lot of it until she obviously eventually meets Mickey. And speaking of Mickey, it does do a nice job of linking stuff in with Kingdom Hearts 1 in terms of how Mickey gets the Kingdom Key D and everything, and how he gets to the door on the other side. Although it does seem a little bit too convenient, their resolution for why Aqua wasn't there. I think it would have been better if they were separated a little bit before that. I think her being like there until right at the last second, and then Riku somehow missing the demon tide, like swarming around towards him and having a fight with someone, it just seems a bit too convenient. A bit like with Mickey randomly losing his shirt. But the highlight of the story of the game, not counting post-credits stuff, was the terror scene in the Dark Enchanted Dominion world, which was him sort of trying to reach out to her. Now, my guess is that this is from one of Xemnas' trips to the Chamber of Repose in Hollow Bastion, and it might be a hint that Xemnas might be a little bit more conflicted than we ever thought he was between the Terra side and the Xehanort side, because obviously we see quite literally Terra fighting Xehanort in the cutscene. But yeah, that was a good scene that kind of makes me think about what might happen with Terra in the future. Of course, Aqua is not saved. It had been fairly obvious that she wasn't going to be. In fact, it had been explicitly stated that she wouldn't be, so I had no idea why some people seemed to be angry that she wasn't saved. We knew right from the start she wouldn't be. What would be the point of Mickey telling the story if she was saved? So of course now Mickey and Riku are going after her. Fairly simple. Kairi's training with Merlin for some reason. It is a fairly simple story, at least as far as Kingdom Hearts goes, which is to be expected. It's only a very short game, and it's entirely focused on one character, so it's not going to be the most like convoluted thing of all time, is it? Oddly enough, the game starts with a random shot of what I assume is Lushu looking at the Keyblade graveyard at the start of the game, which seems a bit out of place. Normally I'd assume it was the Keyblade War because it looks like it with all the stuff like floating up towards Kingdom Hearts. But it could be the events of Birth by Sleep, although it does raise questions about how Lushu is still alive at this point and how Xehanort could be using his Keyblade at the same time as him. I'm assuming it's something we're going to find out in Kingdom Hearts 3 because we still don't know exactly how Key is going to connect to the modern day stuff. Until then it's all guesswork. That's the main kind of thing that doesn't really make sense yet, and I'm not saying it's a plot hole or anything, because that always seems to be people's go-to. If there's something they don't yet understand, they say it's a plot hole, even if it is just something that's yet to be explained. It isn't, it's just there. And the final two scenes with Sora, Donald and Goofy, this is my favourite bit of the game. It's my favourite thing of Kingdom Hearts story-wise since Kingdom Hearts 2. It just feels so right. It's like their first scene in Kingdom Hearts 2 with the main party is back together, they're going on another adventure, even the gummy ship's back. There was obviously the link to Key with the "May your heart be your guiding key," but it just felt like it was, you know, if there was a scene where I could say, this is what Kingdom Hearts is, it's this. This, like, the interactions, it was just so perfect. Obviously, we now know that Olympus Coliseum, or Mount Olympus, is going to be the first world of Kingdom Hearts 3. And this just feels like the perfect lead-in, and I'm extremely happy with that. So that's generally what I think about the story of Kingdom Hearts 0.2. It's for the most part simple but effective. There's a few things that we don't yet know about, how it's going to work, but it's done a really good job of acting as a prologue for 3. It doesn't feel like it's 100% completely essential, because you can just see Sora at Olympus and it's not that important. So it kind of does its job well. It does kind of add to the start of 3 without being completely 100% necessary for everyone to play. But yeah, obviously this goes along with the gameplay one that I did, but for the most part, it's not 100% perfect of course, but 0.2 does act as a good sign to me. For the future, both story-wise and gameplay-wise, I already explained why gameplay-wise before, but story-wise just because the Kingdom Hearts games since 2, while they've been mostly good story-wise, they haven't quite captured that feel that the first 2 games had, where, you know, Sora, Donald and Goofy going on an adventure, and the last 2 scenes of this just tell me they've really nailed that feel. They know exactly what they're doing for this. So yeah, that's just my thoughts about the story of Kingdom Hearts 0.2. What do you think about it? Please leave your thoughts in the comment section below the video. And while you're down there, please like this video if you did, and if you liked it, then check out my other videos and subscribe to this channel. And as always, thank you for watching.